Close Pistons coach Stan Van Gundy addresses the media after practice on Tuesday, October 3, 2017, in Auburn Hills. Video by Vince Ellis. The NBA exhibition season started over the weekend, and no players have been spotted kneeling during the national anthem, as seen at NFL games. The focus will turn to the Detroit Pistons on Wednesday night, when they open the preseason at Little Caesars Arena against the Charlotte Hornets. A person with first-hand knowledge of the situation told the Free Press that it's unlikely players will kneel. But the players could interlock arms during the playing of the anthem, something that was widespread last season. More Pistons will have to work on home court advantage at Little Caesars Arena. We haven't discussed that deeply yet, but we're all on the same page when it comes to being about the issues, Pistons forward Anthony Tolliver said. Whether we kneel or whether we stand, that is really less significant than what we are going to do about the things that Kaepernick kneeled for in the first place. In light of the Las Vegas mass shooting, the question has come up as to whether the time is right for protests during the national anthem of sporting events. I think everybody wants unity. I think at times like that we do come together, but unity also should imply equality, right? If we're going to come together, we shouldn't be coming together as superior and inferior in terms of rights, Van Gundy said Tuesday. Now let's pull together and make sure the criminal justice system treats whites and people of color the same. Let's make sure the school system is set up equally for everybody. Let's make sure our police don't react differently to men of color than to white men. More SVG wades into gun control debate after Vegas shooting. The Pistons have discussed ways to impact the community. Author, academic and radio host Michael Eric Dyson, a Detroit native, spoke to the team over the weekend about the topic. The NBA sent out a memo reminding teams of league policies saying players should stand for the anthem, while suggesting ways to help important issues. Hopefully that's what we are pushing the story towards, what we are going to be doing in the community, and the things we are going to be doing together to help combat those things Kaepernick kneeled for in the first place, Tolliver said. Pistons Reggie Jackson talks with reporters at Media Day September 25, 2017 at the Palace in Auburn Hills. Photo Kurthman F. Dozier, Detroit Free Press. Jackson setback. Point guard Reggie Jackson had to exit practice with a sore right adductor. The Pistons are going to be careful with Jackson, who is attempting a bounce back after struggling with left knee tendonitis last season. They have limited his practice minutes in an effort to manage the injury. For the first time since the beginning of camp, Jackson wasn't spotted doing extra work after practice. Van Gundy said the plan was for Jackson to play 12 minutes in the first half against the Hornets, and then evaluate at halftime. He is now considered day-to-day. I just want to see him and make sure he's ready to go, so we'll see how he is tomorrow, Van Gundy said. Close Pistons forward Tobias Harris spoke with the media after practice on Tuesday, October 3, 2017, in Auburn Hills. Video by Vince Ellis. Rookie woes. After wowing the first few days of camp, rookie shooting guard Luke Kennard has come back to earth with his play. Van Gundy figures camp legs have slowed Kennard, and veteran Avery Bradley has settled into camp and is giving the young rookie a daily lesson. You can't cruise through any of this, so these are long practices where literally he's got to go hard at both ends of the floor every possession, and he's matched up with Avery all the time, and it's not easy, Van Gundy said. Van Gundy said Kennard has remained poised. You've got a great defender who's not gotten to know him a little bit and got to make adjustments, and he will, Van Gundy said. He's a smart guy and a really good player. Briefly after being unable to reach a cousin living in Vegas, Van Gundy said he did connect with her later Monday afternoon. Contact Vince Ellis at freepress.com. Follow him on Twitter at VincentEllis56.